Night fell over Raven Creek with an unnatural heaviness. The fog rolled through the streets in thick waves, swallowing the houses, the trees, and even the street lamps' faint glow. The air was heavy with the scent of damp earth and something metallic, like blood, though there was no wound in sight. Arib and I huddled inside the guest house near the cemetery. The first 3 nights had already shattered our nerves, but what awaited us now we could never have prepared for. By 12:03 a.m., the wind had grown stronger, howling through the cracks in the wooden walls like a chorus of anguished voices. Shadows stretched unnaturally across the floors, moving without source, bending and twisting in ways that defied logic. Then we heard it, the first real voice. A whisper, soft, desperate, echoing as if it came from inside the walls themselves. "Help, help me." It was followed by dragging footsteps outside, heavy, wet, scraping along the wooden planks of the porch. I dared not open the door. I peeked through the cracked window. The yard was empty, or so I thought. From the corner of my eye, I saw movement. A figure emerged from the fog, tall, impossibly thin, its limbs long and bent at angles no human should be able to bend. Its head hung sideways, tilting unnaturally, its eyes, or the hollow voids where they should have been, locked onto ours. It didn't walk. It glided, scraping the ground, making a low, wet sound like soil being dragged over stone. Arib stifled a scream. I wanted to speak, to run, but my body refused. The air itself felt heavy, pressing against my chest, making it hard to breathe. The figure reached the edge of the porch. I could see its long, claw-like fingers scraping the wood, leaving dark, wet streaks. Then it stopped and tilted its head, as though studying us, weighing us. A sudden bang. Something slammed against the guest house door. Then another, and another. Each hit was slower, deliberate, echoing in the empty night like a death drum. We ran to the corner of the room, holding each other. Shadows began moving on the walls independently of the light, forming grotesque shapes, faces contorted in silent screams, mouths opening impossibly wide, eyes blinking where eyes could not be. Suddenly the lamp flickered back on, and there she was, standing at the edge of the room, the woman in white. Her dress was tattered, fluttering as though alive. Her hair, black and tangled, floated around her head like smoke. Her eyes, empty, black voids, drained the light from the room. Her mouth opened impossibly wide, producing no sound, yet I felt the scream vibrate through my chest. Arib screamed and collapsed. I tried to grab him, but a cold, invisible force pinned me to the floor. The room darkened, shadows pooling into deep blackness. From somewhere, above, below, everywhere at once, I heard the whispers again. "You cannot leave. You cannot leave." I closed my eyes, repeating prayers under my breath, but when I opened them, the shadows had multiplied. They moved like tendrils, wrapping around the furniture, the walls, even the floor. One reached for Arib, another curled around my ankles. I screamed and pulled, finally breaking free. Arib was gone. His body had vanished into the blackness, leaving behind only a wet streak on the floor.
The graveyard call. Compelled by fear and morbid curiosity, I stumbled outside. The fog was thicker now, swirling around my legs like smoke. The cemetery loomed ahead, a collection of toppled gravestones and unmarked mounds of earth. From deep within the shadows, I heard her voice clearly for the first time. "You came, finally." The words were carried on the wind, curling around me, invading my thoughts. I saw movement among the gravestones. One by one, the soil began to stir. Small mounds heaved, and skeletal hands clawed their way to the surface. The ground split, opening fissures that exhaled cold, fetid air. From one grave, a girl's red scarf, a Reeb's missing scarf, floated toward me, hovering in mid-air. Then the hands reached for it, grasping, clawing, jerking it back into the soil. I wanted to run, but my legs froze. The whispers multiplied. "You belong to us. You belong to Raven Creek." The woman in white appeared atop a hill in the cemetery, her hair rising as though charged with static. Her face tilted unnaturally, her mouth opening wider and wider, black fog spilling out like smoke. Figures emerged behind her, dozens, maybe hundreds, shadows with human shapes, moving erratically, some crawling on all fours, others upright but twisted. I fell to my knees. My breath came in short, ragged gasps. Every instinct screamed to flee, but the fog closed in around me like a living thing. It whispered promises, threats, curses all at once. The woman lifted her hand, pointing directly at me. I felt a cold, creeping sensation climb up my spine, paralyzing my limbs. Then the ground beneath me split open, and I was falling. The pull of darkness. I awoke inside the guest house, drenched in sweat. The night was silent, too silent. The fog outside had vanished, leaving only the pale glow of moonlight. Arib was gone. Only a dark smear on the floor remained. I tried to leave, but the door wouldn't budge. The windows were blacked out, the panes covered with condensation, though no one had touched them. And yet, faint footsteps echoed in the hallway, slow, wet, dragging. Then the whispers began again. "You cannot leave, not yet." I ran to the back of the guest house, throwing open a window. Fog began to pour in, thick, suffocating. Shadows reached out from it, curling around my legs. I screamed and jumped out, rolling into the muddy ground. The cemetery loomed ahead, gravestones now twisted and leaning unnaturally, casting grotesque shapes in the dim moonlight. And there she was, standing at the edge, waiting.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss more stories like this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for your support.